everyone! For today's tutorial, I did start off with a foundation ready face, but right now I'm going to quickly groom my brows using this Sonia Kashuk spoolie brush. And then taking this NYX Eye eyebrow pencil in the color taupe, I'm going to begin this tutorial by dramatically filling in my brows. To do so, I'm going to take the arch a lot higher than I normally would, as well as thicken and lengthen the outer portion of the brow and really square off the inner portion of the brow. Now, you don't have to be too perfect at this point because we are going to be going in with a darker powder to thicken and darken the brows. So right now with the pencil, you're just establishing the initial shape and trying to get each brow as even as you can. Taking that spoolie brush, I'm just going to distribute the pencil through my brow by quickly combing through it, and then I'm going to check the length of my brow at the corner of my eye. Going into this Brow Tones palette by Coastal Scents, I'm going to use the darkest brown shadow in this palette, and with a small angled brush, I'm going to begin thickening and darkening my brows. Now, whenever I want to go for a darker brow look, I always recommend starting off with a lighter pencil and then going over that with a darker powder. That will help to ensure that they look as natural as possible. So at this point, you really want to check and make sure your angles are even on each side. I like to look down and look at the highest point of the arch on each brow, and from there it really helps me determine how to make them even. So here, like I said, just thickening and darkening up those brows. And to finish them off, I'm just going to go back in with the spoolie once more, combing through to make sure the powder and the pencil is distributed evenly. Taking Hoola by Benefit bronzing powder and a Real Techniques contour brush, I'm going to start contouring my nose. Again, I'm going for quite a dramatic effect. So to ensure this, I'm actually going to connect the bronzing powder to the bottom of my brow and sweep the powder downwards on the sides of my nose, and then connecting the powder at the tip by kind of rounding it off like so. But while doing this, I noticed that my brush is a little thick, so I'm going to take this large fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics, kind of clean up that line a little bit, and take a little bit more of the powder and really make those contour lines defined. And just because I'm going for a dramatic effect does not mean that I want it to be too harsh, so taking my fingers, I'm going to blend out that powder, and I actually also cleaned off my brush, and I'm going to further blend it out using the brush. Now, taking this Prestige Sun-Baked Mineral Bronzing Powder in Pure Shimmer, I'm going to use my pinky finger to go into the lightest part of the powder, and I'm going to run this down the center of my bridge. This is going to help the contour lines really stand out. Again, don't forget to blend. Now, to contour the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the contour brush and the Hoola Benefit bronzing powder and really contour my cheeks. Again, I'm going for a dramatic effect because I really want my cheekbones to look sunken in, so I'm going to apply a generous amount to the hollows of my cheeks, also sweep a small amount through my temples, under my jawline, and a little bit down my neck. So here I'm just checking my angles because of course I want them even on each side. And again, just doing the same steps, applying a generous amount through the hollows of my cheeks, sweeping it up my temples, through my jawline, and down my neck. And again, I definitely don't want any harsh lines, so I'm taking this buffing brush from Real Techniques and blending out the edges. Then taking this powder blush from NYX in the color Mocha and a Real Techniques blush brush, I'm going to apply a small amount of this to the apples of my cheeks. So just because I'm a baby vamp does not mean that I didn't enjoy sucking your blood to get this little hint of color. Okay, of course, don't forget to blend that out as well. And then taking this e.l.f. High Definition Powder in Clear and the powder puff that came with it, I'm going to apply a generous amount of this product all over my face. This is going to help really set my foundation for the night, as well as those contour lines to kind of make them look a little bit more natural. For the eye look, I'm taking this Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden, and again, I'm going to be applying a generous amount across my lids, and then to apply it evenly, I'm going to take my fingers and just kind of distribute it across my lids and take it pretty far out in the outer corner. Now going into my Urban Decay Naked palette, I'm going to take Virgin, and with a MAC 217 Fluffy brush, I'm going to apply this to the highlight area under my brow. Then going back into the same palette, I'm going to take Buck with the same brush, which is a matte eyeshadow, and I'm going to be applying this to the outer corner and through the crease. Now, this is a nice warm medium brown, so this is going to actually help warm up the darker shadows that I'll be applying on top of it. So again, this does not have to be perfect, just establishing the initial shape. Then going into the Sephora Color Diary at the Hot Date at 8 palette, I'm going to take this purple shadow. It comes off a little brown on camera, but with a Real Techniques shading brush, I'm going to pack this all over the lid, leaving the inner tear duct area clean. And I'm just going to go back and forth, applying the shadow until I'm satisfied with the intensity. I'm also going to drag this shadow out a little bit far out in the outer corner, kind of winging it out. Again, this step does not have to be perfect, but I do want to make sure that everything is blended nicely, so I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics blending brush and just blend out the edges. So again, to show you on this side, leaving the inner corner clean, I'm going to apply this all over the lid, packing on the color until I'm satisfied with the intensity and taking it out in the outer corner. And then, of course, don't forget to blend, blend, blend. Then with the Real Techniques shading brush, I'm going to go back into the palette and take this matte black eyeshadow and apply this to the outer edges of the purple shadow. Again, going back and forth between blending and applying. That's really the key to this look, just blending and applying until you're satisfied with the intensity of the shadows. So taking this small shadow brush from Sephora, I'm going to take this super shimmery white shadow, and this is what's going to be applied to the inner tear duct area. Again, taking that blending brush, blending out those shadows. So just to show you again, taking the Real Techniques shading brush and that black eyeshadow, I'm just going to apply it to the outer edges of the purple. And to make sure everything's even, I kind of tilt my head back and just adjust accordingly. And of course, going back and forth and blending until I'm satisfied with the intensity. And then taking that small shadow brush from Sephora, I'm taking that super shimmery white shadow and applying it to the tear duct area and then blending. Now while doing this, I lost a little bit of the contour, so I'm going to take the Hoola Benefit bronzing powder and apply some more of the contour there, and then of course I'm going to blend that out. Now taking a small brush, this is a Real Techniques accent brush, I'm going to take that purple eyeshadow that we applied to the lid and take this underneath the lower lashes. Again, this set does not have to be perfect because we're going to be making this really messy underneath the eyes a little bit later on in the tutorial. And on top of that purple, I'm going to take the black and just apply it as well. Again, this does not have to be perfect. And I'm actually even going to take a little bit of that black powder and kind of smoke out and smudge out the edges, dragging the shadow downwards. Now to open up my eyes, I'm taking NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk and applying it to the lower waterline. And then taking this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in 0, I'm going to apply this to the inner rim of my upper lash line. Then taking this Maybelline Master Precise by Eye Studio liner in black, I'm going to apply a thin line to my upper lash line. I'm not actually even winging it out, I just want a super thin line taking it pretty far in the tear duct area. To prepare my eyelashes for falsies, I'm going to quickly curl my lashes, and then I'm actually going to prep my falsies. So I'm taking my Duo Adhesive and my Ardell 109 lashes. I am going to apply a thin layer of the glue to the base of the lashes. And I did this to both lashes and allowed them to sit and get tacky. So to do that, I'm just going to move on to my lower lashes and apply this Maybelline Lash Discovery Mascara in black. And now the glue is tacky, so I'm going to apply it to the center part of my lashes, connect the outer corner, and then the inner corner. And it's really as easy as that. Seriously, the trick is to let the glue get tacky. Then taking the flat part of my tweezers, I'm going to press that base of my falsies to my real lashes. And to make them blend together, I'm going to use my Ulta Voluptuous Volume Mascara. Now the glue will dry clear, but I want to make sure that my band is a little bit more better blended in, so I'm going to thicken my liner on top. Then I wanted to add a highlight to my Cupid's bow area, but that wasn't bright enough for me, so I went back into my Urban Decay palette and took Virgin, and I'm going to apply a generous amount of this to my Cupid's bow. And just kind of blend that out. Then using this Ulta lipstick, this is number 226 or Perfect Nude, I'm going to apply this to my lips and distribute it evenly. Now for the fun part. For this look, I wanted to shed my last human tears. So to do that, I'm going to use the small brush from Sephora and get it really wet. I'm actually going to dip it into a black eyeshadow that I don't mind getting wet. I actually used the black shadow from my Brow Tones palette, and I'm just going to apply it underneath my eyes and let the water naturally drip down my face to represent those last human tears. So this part was really fun. You can make this as messy as you want. I went pretty messy with this look because I wanted to be really, really, really sad looking. So sad. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of clean that up a little bit. Again, letting it drip naturally. Taking my fake bangs, I'm going to press them really hard, try and make them stick. I don't really like these ones because they're a little bit bulky, but hey, they work for this look. But now again, another fun part, adding the blood. So this is why I went for a nude lip. I really wanted to showcase the blood more on my lips rather than going for like a red lip look. So I'm going to take my finger and apply the blood to my lips. And then I'm going to drip the blood down my face. So really, this is your preference. You can be as bloody as you want. I just added a couple drops of blood and went back and forth adding more blood to my lips. Yum. And then just to show you how I finished off the look, I did apply a little bit of blood to my chest and neck area. Again, you can get as bloody as you want. And to show you how I finished my hair, this is actually I just washed my hair and blew it to give it a little bit of volume. And then take a little bit more blood and apply it to my teeth. And this is pretty much it for the finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. And until next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. Happy Halloween!